draw out a line using the line segment tool. I click and I drag. Then I am going to click and switch to a rectangle tool, and I'm going to draw a rectangle. I want to go through a couple of basic terms that you should know. The first one is called a path. Now a path is different from a line. A line you can see here. A path is where the stroke or the color of the line follows. If I click on the line and I come down here, this is where my fill and my stroke color are. If I click on the stroke color and I change it to none, I have a path, but when I click off the path, it disappears. The path is still there. I can select and it's there. I cannot see the path unless it has a stroke. So I come down here and I can add a stroke by selecting it and double clicking, and I can choose the color I want for my stroke. A shape is a path that closes off. This rectangle is a shape. I can change the colors of the stroke or of the fill. If I come down here, my stroke is set to black. My fill has the red slash, which means there's no fill. If I double click on it, I can choose a color in the color picker by dragging the circle around. I can choose different colors by dragging up and down with these arrows, and then I move my color picker to the color that I want. I press OK. So now you can see I have a shape that has a black stroke and a yellow fill. Now the shape closes off, it finishes. If I were to use the direct selection tool and delete one of these anchor points that is creating the shape, so I click on it, I press the delete key, you will notice that my stroke or the black line does not go all the way around. That is because this is no longer a shape, but it is a path with a black stroke applied to it, and it has a fill of the yellow color. Because the shape does not finish, there is not a stroke along there. Again, the path is where the lines go, the stroke applies the color to the lines, and the fill is the color inside of a shape or from one point of the path to the ending point of the path. If I change where this ending point is, you can see that the fill changes. When you are drawing inside of Adobe Illustrator, you can change the colors. First of all, default is right here, black fill with white fill with black stroke. If you click on it, it will set it to the default. You can swap the fill and the stroke by pressing this button here. Now the default is D on the keyboard. Switching is X on the keyboard. And so you can switch your fill and stroke. If you have something selected and you press D on the keyboard, it will change it to the default colors. You can also change the colors with the properties over here on the side. You can change the fill color by clicking and choosing a color, or you can change the stroke. That's probably good.